Hello, I'm Mario from The Holistic Hustle, and today I'll be showing you guys how to register as self-employed for free using the HMRC website. The HMRC website is not only free, which we all love, it's also the most secure method since you're not giving your details out to any third parties. Shortly, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you so you can see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it from start to finish. And this should give you the guidance and helping you fill in the forms and becoming self-employed yourselves. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing 3 of my favorite business tips to give you an advantage when starting your own business as a self-employed person. For now, let's get cracking with the application by typing into Google, register for self-assessment. Register for self-assessment. And this is the link we want here at the very top. This will take you to the HMRC website. As you can see on this page, there's a few different options down here. We have self-employed, not self-employed, and registering a partner or partnership. So the last one is pretty self-explanatory. If you're registering with a partner or in a partnership, then you want to click this option here. If you've, for whatever reason, made more than £1,000, which haven't been declared in a specific financial year, you're not actually self-employed, then you want to click the middle option. And for the sake of this task, we'll be clicking self-employed, assuming that you've never registered as a self-employed person before in the UK. As a quick note, for those of you that have registered for self-assessment in the past and for whatever reason have gone back into work and now are re-registering, then you want to fill out this form down here, which is the CWF1 form, and that will essentially re-register you as a self-employed person. If you do choose that option, then you'll need your 10-digit UTR number, as it says here. If you don't have it, you can request it from the HMRC and they'll send you a letter within a couple of weeks. For the sake of this task, we're going to be assuming that we haven't registered as self-employed before, so we're going to be clicking this option here, register online. This will then take you to the Government Gateway sign-in, and if you haven't yet created a Government Gateway user ID, then you can do so by clicking this button down here, which says Create Sign-in Details. Although I have done this before, so I can show you exactly how to do it from start to finish, I'll be continuing as if I haven't created one, so I'll be clicking this down here, which is exactly what you should be doing. I'll pop in my email here. Once you submit that, you'll then get a confirmation code to the email. Grab the confirmation code and then type it in here. Here you just want to fill in your full name and then create a password. And as you can see here, it says your password must be 10 characters or more and use a mix of letters, numbers, or symbols. So I'll just go ahead and make that. And then we'll just want to follow this step by step. So it says here, you need to set up a recovery word so you can get back into the Government Gateway if you've forgotten your password. The word must be between 6 and 12 characters, not contain any spaces or special characters, and not contain any numbers. It just has to be a word. We've been given a Government Gateway user ID, and then we can use this to sign into the page we saw initially. And remember to save all of these details somewhere, including your password, your memorable word, and this Government Gateway user ID, as you'll need this every single time you sign into the Government Gateway access. The next question is choose the type of account you need. If you're registering for yourself, then you'll go in as an individual. If you click organisation, then that includes limited companies, partnerships, charities, trusts, and estates. And this is an agent, which is usually someone like an accountant or someone basically acting on the behalf of a client. If you're simply registering for self-employed for yourself, then you just want to click individual and then hit continue. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video, and before we continue, I just wanted to say if you're finding it useful, then hit that thumbs up button, and if you want to stay tuned with more of my videos, then make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can keep these videos coming and keep sharing this knowledge. But most importantly, if you have any questions, then feel free to drop them in the comment section below and I'll get answering as soon as I can, usually within a day or two. Now it says you need to set up additional security, so let's see where that takes us. Let's go for text message. UK number, yes. And the number is, which I'll have to grey out again. 13302. Once you've reached this page, you haven't actually yet registered yourself for self-assessment or self-employed. All you've done is given yourself access to the HMRC portal. And what we want to do now is go up to here and click Manage Account. You'll then want to get online access to a tax, duty or scheme. So we'll click this link and it gives you certain options. Now, if you're in a limited company and you wanted to add a corporation tax, and that's what you'd be doing here, for the sake of this task, all we're doing is self-assessment, and it says here including partnerships and trusts. So if you're registering for yourself in a partnership or a trust, then you want to click this option here. Do you have a self-assessment unique taxpayer reference? We haven't got one yet, so we'll be clicking no here. Which of these best describes you? As we said earlier, we're an individual or sole trader. Are you self-employed? Yes. There's a few different options here. I wouldn't worry about corporation tax, as that is for people registering as a limited company. Of course, we want to be registering a self-assessment, as we've mentioned a few times. If you had any employees working for you, then you would want to click this option here, PAYE for employees. And if you wanted to register for VAT, in other words, if your revenue exceeded £85,000 in the past 12 months, then you'd have to register for VAT, or you could actually voluntarily register for VAT if it benefits you in certain scenarios. For this, we'll be clicking self-assessment and clicking next. And what they want to do here is ask us some questions to prove our identity. And as you can see here, the HMRC is just double checking my personal details. And now we're being asked to provide 2 items which can prove our identity. I'm just going to go for UK passport and credit reference questions. So we're starting off with the credit reference questions. It says here, when did you last take out a personal credit card? Mine was less than 2 years ago. Now, don't be shocked if you're not getting the same questions. You might not even need to go through this identity check, but if you do, then feel free to take notes on what sort of questions they ask. You can go and get them from your credit report if you're not 100% sure and your memory's a little bit hazy like mine. Okay, so now they're asking for my passport details. Let me just pop these in. And then just click continue. Okay, so we've passed the identity check and we can just hit continue here and again. And now it asks us, choose how to get your tax letters. Simple question. This is completely down to your personal preference. I would personally prefer to get them online. Enter your email address. It's the same one we used earlier. We just need to verify our email address again. Okay, and once you've filled all of that information out, you can see you've now signed into your personal tax account. If you go ahead and click on self-assessment, where you'll be able to complete your self-assessment return either by yourself or to get an accountant to do it for you, which will probably cost you in the region of about £300 a year for self-employment. It's definitely worth mentioning to you guys that HMRC has a contact number which you can call, and believe it or not, they're extremely helpful and answer most questions. However, you will get the odd complex question which you might need to seek an accountant for or another type of advisor. So if you have any questions related to registering a business, tax or anything else, then feel free to give them a call and have a chat with them. If you click on that, you can see this will be a step-by-step process which you can fill out by clicking start now. Keep following the steps so you can see how many steps there are to fill out. And this is your personal details, including a whole bunch of other details such as your earnings for the year and so on. That's basically it, guys. That's how you register for self-employment, and that's exactly how you fill out your returns as well. So I hope you found that part of the video helpful. Now we're going to move on to 3 of my favorite business tips to give you guys an advantage when you're going into business, regardless of whether it's as a self-employed person or a limited company. Business tip number 1. Don't tell anyone about your business until you're established and generating revenue. And I mean anyone, regardless of if it's your mentor, your family, your loved ones, keep it to yourself. There's a few reasons why you shouldn't be telling anyone. Firstly, whether you like it or not, and as strong-headed as you may be or think you may be, I can guarantee you your focus, your targets and goals, and your belief in the business will most likely be crushed by people's opinions if they don't give you positive feedback and what you want to hear. Our subconscious is so powerful, meaning we're very susceptible to people's suggestions. Any negative feedback, particularly from someone you love or someone you look up to, will easily put you off your idea, or at least change the way you see it, which isn't something you can afford to do from the start. Now, secondly, as humans, we all have certain desires to fulfill our happiness, including food, money, sex, sleep, and health. However, the biggest desire we all share together is recognition and the need to feel important. And this is probably one of the reasons why so many people dislike their day jobs and start businesses, because their managers just don't know how to make them feel important in the workplace. They're probably too busy trying to make themselves feel important. Have you ever done that thing where you come up with an idea, you tell all of your friends, your mentor, your family, you've told everyone about this idea, and before you know it, you've gone off the idea, and 2 weeks down the line, you've come up with another one, and you've told them about your next idea. Now, by telling people about these ideas, you've already experienced what it feels like to be successful. You know, you get that recognition from your friends. You feel like you've accomplished something, even though you haven't actually done anything other than just come up with an idea. The more you keep these ideas inside you, the more that urge builds up, and it starts turning into determination to actually crack on with your idea over time. Now, keep it within you and don't say anything until you've started generating an income. Business tip number 2. If you don't already have a business plan, then don't make one until you're generating revenue. Again, this is a funny one. Some people might think this is quite strange, but business plans are great for some complex businesses, particularly when you're trying to scale up. Maybe you're trying to add another zero into your revenue. Or if you have absolutely no idea how your business is going to work and you need to suss everything out and plan it out properly, then maybe. But for anyone who's registering as self-employed, then your business is most likely not complex enough to warrant one. And you'll find yourself not only procrastinating, but also finding reasons to just not start the business in the first place. When it comes to business, my favorite equation is action equals distance between your dreams and your reality. Without action, those two are going to stay completely isolated. Now, don't spend all your time researching and planning without actually hitting key milestones which are necessary in generating the revenue. To have a successful business, you literally just need to go for it. Register your business, register a trademark if necessary, order from suppliers, or if you're providing a service, then create a website, start marketing yourself, and then provide your product or service in exchange for money. Once all of this is done, you can then sit back and start thinking about how you're going to scale up and grow your business. Business tip number 3, continually train your state of mind. Some people are naturally born with a lot of resilience and an extraordinary work ethic for various reasons. Maybe they're people that have seen their parents struggle, or maybe they didn't have overprotective parents and learned how to be independent from a young age. Regardless of whether you are or not, you can train yourself to be like that. And if you're asking how, then read and make notes on motivational books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich, Atomic Habits, and so on. There's certain things in these books which will slowly start teaching you a different way of thinking, which is slightly more inclined to success in business. With practice, you'll learn how to break old habits and start new ones, which will make you more efficient. They'll teach you how to be slightly more determined, and they'll give you an advantage in business. Personally, I believe the best trait you can have, not just in business, but as someone living on this planet, is resilience. Regardless of the business you start, there's always going to be hurdles to jump over, and you'll need the mental strength needed to overcome them without getting overwhelmed or giving up before you reach your goals. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, but more importantly, I hope you found it helpful. Remember, if you like the video, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so I can keep these videos coming and keep sharing the knowledge with you guys. But most importantly, if you have any questions or need any other help, then feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get answering within a day or two. Have a good day, guys.